Hey there, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back. I'm your host, PattSun, and today we're gonna be taking a look at r/am I the asshole. Oh wow, it's been a while since we covered this subreddit, right, gentlemen? Ooh, but trust me, don't you worry. This is one satisfying story. So let's begin. The twins are not mine, and neither is the newborn. Posted by Reddit user ThrowRAHS3000.
I'm 44 and my wife 39 have been married for 15 plus years. Had stopped at 4 kids, but we got a surprise baby due December. My wife hasn't been pregnant in 5 years, so this was a big deal for her and me. So she's constantly talking about it, telling everyone, and that's fine. She's excited, but it becomes a problem when she brings it up in inappropriate situations. For example, a child in our town had unfortunately passed away in hit and run. And at the vigil, my wife said something along the lines of, "I'm so thankful that our baby is okay. I couldn't live with myself if this vigil was for one of our children or the baby." I know for a fact that a few people heard her because they shot us a dirty look and scoffed. I love my wife, I do, but there are some things you don't freaking say, especially when a couple is mourning their dead child. But this post isn't about that situation, it's about something else entirely. My brother married a woman who immigrated from Iran a little over 8 years ago. She's a lovely woman and happy to be a part of the family. Now, if any of you know about the protest in Iran, you can get an idea on where this is going. My sister-in-law has been so anxious and having breakdowns because she hadn't been able to reach some of her family members. She has members of her family who have been protesting, female and male relatives. After the news of Sarina Esmailzadeh got to her, she deteriorated even more. She's been crying, not eating, no showers, etc. She cut off all her hair to show support, but my sister-in-law just really needs to see that her family is okay. My wife and I went over there. We brought some meals, and my brother and I were going to give the ladies a spa day. In the middle of eating, my sister-in-law begins to cry silently, and while my brother is consoling her, my wife goes in to say this, "Sister-in-law, I know how you are feeling. This pregnancy has been hard, it's hard to eat, and I cry that something might go wrong because of my age. But both of us will make it through this. Now let's go to the salon and do something about that hair." My wife had a genuine smile on her face. My sister-in-law began to cry even harder. I said sorry to them, ushered my wife out of their house, and got into the car fuming. My wife noticed I was upset and asked why, and I said, "Stop making everything about you and this pregnancy." Sister-in-law is having night terrors because of what's happening in her country, worried sick that her own family members may possibly die for protesting. Yet you go and compare her issue and your pregnancy together. My wife tried to explain her reasoning, saying she was just trying to make her feel better. How the hell was commenting on her hair and comparing your pregnancy to the protest in Iran going to make her feel better? My wife continued to say she did nothing wrong, but there is a time and a place for everything. My wife took off to her parents, and I've been getting calls left and right from my in-laws for not caring about my wife's pregnancy. Am I the asshole?
OP, you already had me at her inappropriate comment at the vigil. This is just a whole new other level of self-centeredness. Good fucking lord, your wife is an asshole. While you, OP, no, you're not an asshole at all. Good luck to you, my friend. Unfortunately though, I'm featuring you for today, so I'm assuming this is gonna get a lot worse, oh man. Ooh. Anyways, now for OP's first update.
I didn't think I'd come back to this website. I read many of your comments and took all the advice. Sit down, talk with her, get her point of view, maybe get her evaluated, and go back to how we were. Well, that's not happening. Found out some devastating news from our 14-year-old, and I'm debating on whether I should keep fighting for this marriage. She cheated on me. My wife, my partner in crime, my best friend, the fucking mother of my kids. And now I'm even unsure if they're my kids. I haven't told my wife that I know about her affair. And frankly, I don't want to. I've been with her for so long that I don't know if I can live without her. I don't know how long she and this guy have been meeting up. I hope it's only been a couple of times, because that'll be easier to get over. I'm trying to keep myself together for my 14-year-old, but it's hard. Whenever I get a chance by myself, I have a breakdown. I don't get what I did to cause her to do this. I thought I was a good husband, a good father, and a good friend. Turns out I may have been shit. I found out about the affair a couple days ago from my 14-year-old. I've reassured her nothing's wrong, and I'll have me and her mother explain it. I'm thinking about just telling her that me and her mom have an open relationship to keep this under wraps, to just make it not look she cheated on me. I've just been going through the motions. My wife, she's still at her parents'. She's still barely talking to me. Now I know why. Maybe if I tell her I know about her affair, she'll end it and come back home. We have a good life together. We're good together. I feel like I'm rambling. If this was my brother and I found out his wife cheated on him and he was talking like how I am now, I'd grab him by the collar and set him straight. I've watched films of this stuff, heard about it, and even watched shows where the couple talks about how they get past infidelities. I would think, they're so stupid, just get divorced. I'd never forgive my wife if she cheated on me. But now I'm in the same shoes and I sound just like them. From what I've seen so far, it was just emotional and nudes. But my daughter had taken plenty of pictures and I've only seen about 4 so far. There's at least 30. I feel that if I go through the rest of these photos, it'll confirm that she may have been having this affair for a long time. My daughters might not even be my kids. If I go public with this, it won't just turn my world upside down. It'll affect my daughters too. I don't want to hurt them like that. I only eat when my daughter's around me to keep up the facade that everything's fine. But when she's away, I'm throwing up and shaking. This isn't just some high school relationship. This the woman I've built a life with. I know what I should do, but I don't want to. Over the last few days, I've realized how much my life circles around my wife and kids. If I dig any further into this, I just might break. If you've been married, are married, in a long-term relationship with kids and a home, how do you get past this? Do I just quietly confront her and do marriage counseling? Or do I just keep this from her and get her to come back home and act as if I know nothing about this?
So take your own advice and get your shit together, OP. She's cheating on you. It doesn't matter what happened between the two of you. Cheating isn't the answer. If you have issues, you communicate. If it doesn't work out, you divorce. That is the way.
This is the way.
You don't have to be with her to be a father to your kids. No matter what, you've been their father. You will always be their father. They've known you their whole lives, OP. So right now, you need to collect evidence and speak to a lawyer, because trying to fix this is just going to end up the same way every cheating story ends, with her just hiding it better and you thinking everything is okay. Also, OP, don't forget to DNA test your kids. Just be careful about that with your older kids though. They may take that as a sign that you don't want to be their father anymore, and it may irreparably ruin that relationship. Either way, don't stick your head in the sand and keep making excuses for your wife. You don't deserve to be in a relationship where you are not loved and respected. Now for OP's second update.
I recently found out my wife, who is due in December, has been cheating on me. The person who found out about the affair is my 14-year-old. It's been a couple of days, but I'm still reeling from all of this. I finally went through the evidence, and the affair has been going on for at least 4+ years. I haven't told my wife I know about her affair, but I plan on doing it soon, possibly after the baby is born. While it may not be my child, I still have so much love for this woman I don't want to cause any harm. I know that I should probably start looking into a solicitor, separating our finances, and collecting even more evidence. But I stupidly want to try and fix this, or at least not hate and love her at the same time. I planned on lying to my daughter to cover up for her mother, but my daughter is a smart cookie. There's no way she'd actually believe it. How do I navigate my way through something like this? I don't want to be filled with hatred and let our kids see it. Once I initiate this divorce, all of ours will turn upside down. I just don't want this to ruin our kids. If I do a DNA test on the girls, I know it would probably hurt them. We have 4 kids, all girls, 14, 10, 5, and 5. There's a slight chance the twins may not be my children. Just typing this makes my head hurt. I've been calling out of work, but I need to get my head on straight.
OP, whatever you do, don't ever lie to your children about this. Don't lie to your kids to protect your wife, to protect a cheater of all people. Look, you can tell them the age-appropriate version of the events. For example, Mommy has a new friend that she wants to be with instead of me, so she's gonna be moving out of the house. Something along those lines. If they want more info, they can wait until they are a little bit older, or they can go ask their mother. Always put the cheating spouse on the spot for more information. It's never your responsibility to try and explain her wrong actions to your kids, to anyone. If you lie about this to your kids, they will figure it out anyways in the future and they will come to distrust you. You don't want that to happen. Kids have to know what reality is, even when it's tough. Toughness builds character. They can form their own relationship with their mother based on the truth and their understanding. But you owe it to them the basic truth. They need to know. You need to fucking tell them, OP. Don't lie to your kids. Ever. Now for OP's final update.
Last post was removed. I've confronted my wife. She was remorseful, but she doesn't regret it. She loves him. Her parents knew about the affair. They discovered it long before I did. They had been helping them by having my wife and her affair partner meet at their home. Why were her parents helping her instead of being decent people? They didn't want to risk being humiliated. Her parents, basically entire family, is heavily involved in the church in our town. Also didn't want to separate the twins from their real dad. 14-year-old and 10-year-old are staying with my brother and sister-in-law. I don't have the strength to be able to take care of them right now. They hate their mother and refuse to speak to her. They're both in therapy. I am too. I tried to take the twins so they could be with their sisters, but my wife put up plenty of resistance. She was begging me. I'm positive a P is with her at the moment. Seen his car heading towards my in-laws' house as I left. A P was also married. I've been in contact with his wife and she says she's filing for divorce. I haven't asked her if a P has tried to work things out, and frankly I don't care. Fuck him. Fuck my wife. Fuck my stupid in-laws. I always thought in-laws were uptight assholes anyways. I'm glad they're all being ostracized. Mother-in-law and father-in-law have been kicked out the church, and from the looks of the church's social media page, they deleted anything related to them. I'm glad they're being humiliated. The one thing they feared the fucking most is happening. Mother-in-law called me crying, wanting me to clear the situation up. What is there to clear up? Father-in-law wanted me to work things out, but I simply asked if it was him in this situation would be working things out. He answered with silence before hanging up. Wife has been trying to reach out to me. I refuse to answer her. I get just a tiny bit happy seeing how frantic she is to contact me. I don't know what she wants, and I don't want to speak to her anytime soon. I know I'll eventually have to. Before I got the results, I was ready to take her to court and get custody of the twins. I'm pathetic. Going to work is a struggle. My coworkers look at me with pity. I don't even grocery shop anymore. I can feel everyone looking and whispering. I've lost about 15 pounds since this whole thing came to light. I barely get any sleep. Therapy is not helping. This has been the worst year of my life. I wish I had kept my mouth shut in the car a few months ago. If I had, then I'd be enjoying time with the newborn and decorating the house. The house is silent. It should be loud with my daughters laughing or arguing. I should be changing a diaper. I should be hearing my wife try to outperform Mariah Carey. The house should smell sweet and be warm. Dirty diapers should be in a trash bag waiting to be thrown out. I should be smiling and laughing. This house should be filled with happiness and life. Now it's just cold, empty and quiet. Everything I did was for nothing. I had a sad childhood. I wanted a happy adulthood. I can't ever seem to fucking win. I always lose. I don't feel like a man. I don't even feel human.
OP, your girls need you. The 10 and 14-year-old are hurting too. They had their lives ripped apart and they need you to be a parent. They need their father. Go to your brothers and hold them close and tell them that everything is gonna be okay, that you will be staying with them no matter what. Stay with a family member until you're strong enough again to bring your girls home. I'm sorry for the loss of custody of your other kids. It must feel like several deaths in the family, and I can't even imagine the pain you're going through. However, if you want split custody of the twins, and your posts indicate that you do, OP, let me remind you, they are legally yours. She can't stop you from having them. They know you, they love you, and I believe the law would at least be partially on your side on this one, especially of the family element with your older girls. And again, don't forget, OP, you've already established paternity. It's also entirely okay to give them up, to grieve them, to let them go, especially if her and the affair partner are going to be a thing. Give yourself time to make these decisions. Don't give up on therapy. Trust me, it may take time, but it does work. I've been in therapy myself multiple times. It does work, OP. You're not pathetic. You're just a normal human being dealing with a lot of trauma. What you're feeling is normal, and it's okay to have those feelings. Your wife, on the other hand, she is pathetic. Her entire family is pathetic. Her affair partner is even more pathetic and even a bigger piece of shit. They are cruel, selfish, and disgusting. All of them. Destructive people leave a trail of broken hearts. Don't let them take more of your life than they already have. Healing will be hard and it takes time. But OP, you need to keep working on it. Make it your mission to give your kids the best life you can provide. To live the best life you can. To be the best role model for your kids. Look, man, her shame is not yours. You didn't cheat. You didn't lie. You didn't deceive. They did. Good luck, man. Viewer support is the best way for me to remain independent and continue bringing you these daily videos, which will always be here on my YouTube channel for you to watch absolutely free. So consider clicking that super thanks just below the video title, or you can use my PayPal in the description box down below. Thanks for listening, everyone. If you even somewhat enjoyed today's story, make sure to give this video a thumbs up, and if you really like it, make sure to subscribe to PattSun to never miss a future upload. Stay strong.